To start things off, here you can see that I place scaffoldings and some random ones for the building and for the trees. It's something that I've discovered recently. Like, if you have all these ideas and you want to place them somewhere, like in a bubble diagram, this is the way to do it. So here is the main entrance for the building, where we'll have the kitchen, living room, and the bed space upstairs. And next we have here is the workspace, and this is the bathroom where the clients can come and go whenever they feel uncomfortable. And here you can see me working on with the roof of the workspace. I intended it to be more of a rectangular shape rather than a cone shape to make things uniform. Here you can see me working on already with the roof of the hallway leading to the main entrance. I intentionally made it like that for them to think about themselves before they enter. As you can see me working on already with the roof of the connected main building. Next, here we have cutting off these leaves. That means I am done already with the roof. Later on, we'll talk about the kitchen. These bookshelves right here leads to the living room. This is a staircase library. Next, this is the kitchen. And later on, you'll see the final product of the kitchen. It's not completely done yet. Later on, we'll come back here again. So here sparks a design concept that I've already thought about. It's a slide of curtains. Later on, we'll walk through it again. And this part is where the psychologist sleeps. And this is the open space living room. Next is the design of the workspace that I've talked about. This is the bathroom, and this leads to the exit hallway to the kitchen, which will improve later on after the scaffoldings transform into a tree. Next, we have here a redesign of the main connected building, in which has a sloping form going on right here. Things are finally coming up together, and here we have almost done the exterior part of the house of the psychologist. For the most part, his or her place to call home. We're finally seeing it all come together. And we have a pond going on right here, as well as a mini falls at the end of the pond. It looks so natural, right? Let's take a glimpse of the hallway. So here, I'd like you to meet the sunset. But wait, let's check on something first before we head in. What's this? It says small, right? So you pretty have a good idea what I'm going to build here, right? No? No ideas at all? It's a mall. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's gonna be a pretty big mall. So you got the idea. Anything else comes to mind with these patterns? We're going to talk about that in the later next video. If you can guess it, comment down below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, which I know because I have only a few subscribers right now, I'm already starting. I hope to gain a couple more subscribers in the near future. So have you guessed it? Okay, so without any further ado, and we're back. So we've already planted trees surrounding the building. It seems pretty complete to me. We have all the things here, the mushroom and the flowers, as well as a few organic things that may be living surrounding the pond and stuff like that. We also included a signage that says the doctor is in. As you can see, more and more villagers come inside, and this is a pretty landscape. Okay, so let's head on inside and see what's going on. Here is the final product of the kitchen. We also have a shoe rack upon entering. This corridor of a bookshelf leads to the living room. It's a open space prepared for anything that can happen or would instruct to happen, like your psychologist asks you to meditate and breathe while standing or sitting, things like that. Does this door remind you of something? Someplace, somewhere, something like Hannibal, right? A 3-season TV show starred by Mads Mikkelsen. And this is the psychologist, his psychologist, and friend. To cut you up from any more spoilers, let's move on. here we have a very interesting design concept that I came up with. Earlier we talked about the bathroom, and here it is. The classic sitting position of a toilet, as well as a centered bathtub and a shower. I've included a minor blinds for the shower for privacy, but in real life I think there's a equal technology for that kind of privacy, like a blurring window controlled remotely. Those are trending these days, right? Okay, let's look at the pond. Oh, skull. Just kidding. I intentionally put it there. And here, you can notify and ring the bell 2 times to let the psychologist know that you're coming in. For her sake, to actually get ready and say the iconic line of Mads Mikkelsen, please come in. And that's about it about the psychologist's home and workspace. I think I'm improving a lot, really a lot, by watching these types of American TV shows. I can learn to speak more fluently and more conversationally, and this project is considering my one of my favorites, and it has been a pleasure. Why do you think there are many mushrooms near the pond? Can you guess? I intentionally placed it to add more atmosphere to the grass and a more natural look for it. But I think it sparked an inspiration from the Dexter TV series. Oh, and this is the inspiration for that boxy type of building structure. And have you heard of a kubo? It's a primitive house basically, and originally a home for us Filipinos way back before colonialism. I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care to anyone but you. And this structure is an event place. It's mainly to held events like a wedding or anything like birthday parties, Christmas parties, corporate parties, anything in mind. And this are houses. Most of them have interiors, but some of my other latest and other new houses, some haven't have interiors yet. So lucky for these other old structures, I recently got interiors for them because of the latest movie called Gladiator 2. It sparked some inspirations for the interiors, which in the past hasn't got any interiors, or nor have I any got any ideas for the interiors. But now here it is. Voila! A fancy lounge for the masters and a forge nearby for their purchases for their slaves. That place in the gladiator sport event during the Roman times. Up here is a nearby town market, as well as some modern medieval renovated houses and a modern house nearby with dedicated solar panels, which I do like. But for the most part, some parts here are going to have a another construction. So there are more projects to come. Back then I was having a lot of trouble finding the right timing or things to say because natively we Filipinos don't speak English that too often. But to some, they It's their second nature because of their status, like a bit higher lifestyle in the Philippines, and they have American citizen too, as well as Filipino citizen. So this is about it. This is the beach, and while I talked about earlier, these houses have interiors inside. Oh boy, would you look at these? Aren't they beautiful? So this world is actually about 7 years old now, because I started building this world from scratch. Not really from scratch. There are villages here, like to count specifically 3 villages and different biomes. That's why I picked this world to build a lot of houses. So I invested a lot of time and effort to each of these houses, as well as this. This is a full house mansion from which I have struggled to design, combine from time to time. These challenges contribute to what I can do now. As well as this is not really natural building, see? So this has a underground market where they can trade anything that are illegal. So there are illegal activities. So you can see it blends right to the mountain, so where no one can find that place easily. And this structure is actually the Ramon Magsaysay Center, located in the Philippines near Manila Bay Walk. But the surrounding structure is not part of the Ramon Magsaysay Center. Can I ask you, have you been in the Philippines? If you haven't, please be sure to go there in your lifetime. You won't regret it. Just do some research, plan on ahead which destination you want to go to, book 2 packages. It's cheap, it's fun, and most definitely a challenge for you because of the weather. It's a tropical country, so expect it to be hot. So we'll be ending this video in this lovely house right here, which was a video that I saw from TikTok, an architectural house.